Anyway, I guess we're back to battle here. I don't know why. I said the server got connection to lost. A little bit of action there. Kai's was able to make a move. Third. Maddie in fourth. We got Lesty in fifth. 2, 3, 4 all under a blanket here. How quickly can Reds get around Collins here? Collins gets a little schoolie off entry here, and it's going to allow Reds to sneak on by. Can Maddie make a move as well? We got the Aston Martin. Oh, they're still side by side. Reds. Collins actually getting a little bit better toe. I think he's got more of a straight line car. Can Reds outbreak? Going to take the inside for the corner here. And he's going to successfully make the pass. Reds to second. Collins to third. Maddie to fourth. Lesty on the back of this train as well in fifth. We got Scandy in sixth. Kermit in seventh. Infinity in eighth. We're back here in action. Lesty gets a 3 for multiple warnings. Trying to cover action here. Collins on the back. DRS has now been enabled. Collins not able to make anything happen. Maddie fourth. Lesty fifth. It's really struggling to find things here because they're all so close but so far away. So we got Scandy in sixth. Kermit again there in seventh. Can you make something happen? Maddie in eighth. I think a pass could happen here between Maddie and Collins. Maddie not really close to make something happen. But as I always like to say, if Maddie can't make the move, Lesty may end up making the move instead. So, it's simple. Next man up. If Maddie can't make it happen, Lesty certainly will try. Other than that, we got Scandy 6th, Kermit 7th, Smitty 8th. Again, not missing anything up front. Kai's has got about a 1 second lead on Reds. Reds has got 1.4 clear at Collins. But Reds is almost in DRS range. If he can get it, he can tow himself a little bit closer and make those hards work a little bit better. Coming off the last couple corners here. Again, Maddie going to get an okay tow here at the very least. Can he make a lunge? He's going to have DRS. He's going to have a little bit better ERS than Collins. So he should be a little bit faster in a straight line. Gonna get a good tow here, gonna get it stuck. Collins not gonna take the inside line here. Down the road, we saw Kermit make a lunge there. We'll cut back to that battle. Kermit has passed Scandy for 6th position. We got Lesty, runs up the toe of Collins and kind of taps Collins into Maddie. Maddie successfully able to move for third. Collins under pressure here from Lesty. Lesty gonna try to make the move quick here. Does not want to lose any more time because he doesn't want to let Maddie get too far in the distance. Collins, though, going to try to hang around the outside. They're going to be side by side here. Collins going to hang it. Can Collins successfully make the lunge happen here? Maddie going to have the inside the corner, go a little bit too leap. Open the door for Collins to have the inside. But now Maddie's going to have the inside for this corner and successfully hold it. There's the Williams trying to stick his nose in, sensing he needs to make this happen sooner rather than later. We got Lesty. Can he make a lunge down the inside? He's going to go for it. Now just tuck back in line. Fainting, but not going to make this successfully happen. Up the road, we do got Reds, who has cleared him within half a second at Kai's. So he's making the tires work. Now Lesty, though, gets better traction on the outside, but again, doesn't want to end his race here. Maybe he remembers from earlier where he made that slight mistake and got really behind the 8 ball. And with his 3-second time penalty, really does not want to make a mistake. And Sazbot has passed Leaky for 10th. Woo! We got Lesty on the back of Collins again. Again, probably going to make the move on the long straight unless a braking opportunity hits him. He's probably just going to tuck in line and just kind of sit and be patient because you don't want to end up throwing it away. So here comes Lesty down the long straight. Gonna get a toe down, uses ERS here, DRS deployment. They're about the same ERS deployments, so no advantage there, but it looks like Collins may have a little bit more straight line speed in the car. And it looks like Collins is going to hold station in 4th. What kind of shocks me right now is Reds, even on those hards, is really able to make good inroads on Kai's. It's kind of worth noting. But here comes Collins. Oh, sorry, not Collins. Here comes Lesty on the back of Collins. Going to be even closer now, 2/10 on the Red Bull driver. Can the Williams make it work? Going to hug the inside here. Collins going to give a little bit, try to make defensive. Not going to be enough. They touch wheels there, and Lesty's going to take 4th. Can Collins answer back? He's not going to have the inside. If he can't get... Nah, he's not going to get on the inside enough. And that is going to be spot for Lesty. Yellow flag sector 1. Trying to figure out who the driver is. I think it's Jay Leakey. Or no, it's Infineon. I believe it was Infineon, if I'm not mistaken. It was someone in that package. But not enough really to report. We also got Kerb on the back of Scanny. But we're going to cut back to the battle for the lead here. Again, Reds has made good inroads. But remember, Reds does have a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Collins, but that could be negated. So, right now, someone's made a mistake there. I think it's the Red Bull of Collins. It is. Collins made a mistake in that S section, and he's ended up losing a couple more spots there. So, back to 8th he goes. Again, Reds on the back here of Kai's. Will Reds make something happen? Red's going to get a good toe down the straight here. Going to use his ERS. He's at 30%. Kai's at 60, so favoring Kai's with straight line speed. But here comes Reds. Going to get a good toe. Gaps to 3, gaps to 2. Kai's going to get a little bit defensive there. There goes Reds around the inside. He'll successfully make the pass. So put Reds back up to the lead with Kai's in second. Further down the road, we got Kermit and Scanny fighting as well. Kermit outbreaks Scanny, and Kermit going to be in 5th position with Scanny down to 6th. As now Kai's gets 3 from off the warnings. Yeah, you don't see that every day. As Kai's really struggling with China, but here he comes up the inside again. Can he make the move back on Kai's F1? He'll successfully do it. As really weird angle. Oh, there he goes! Kai's F1! Really horrible angle they gave me there, but I think Kai's maybe drifted up, clipped the inside, and he's been spent wrong way around. That's going to put Maddie the second, Leslie the third. Now the other question mark of the day is, will Kai's F1 have any sort of damage? As now Kermit's left the session. I think he's crashed. He actually hasn't, but he's lost the back end as well, I think, in a similar spot. As I'm trying to check to see if anyone's got damage, I don't see anyone else that's got damage on him. As Leslie's on the back of that battle as well. I'd like to check the racetrack to see what happened, to see if anyone collided with Kermit, but I don't see, I can't really pull away. Actually, we'll do it right fast. Hold on. Incidents, quickly slide to the bottom here. Not missing anything in the back there. It's in the back. I don't see any collision with Kermit. So Kermit maybe elaborates in the chat, but as far as I'm aware, there's no warning for a collision, so maybe he went for a pass on Scanny. We know him and Scanny were fighting, so if I had to guess, there's a chance probably something happened between the two of them. But I'm not 100%. Anyway, Kermit, I guess, retired from session. Actually, he didn't retire. He actually left, so I'm not 100% anymore. But anyway, we got Kai's F1 in the back of Leslie here. Leslie gonna try. Kai's gonna try to hang it on the outside. Can he outbreak the Williams driver? No, he not. Can he make the switchback maneuver happen here? He's gonna have the inside, not gonna get enough traction. I think Leslie now kind of has pressure behind him here. He has to make the move on Maddie quickly. I'm assuming he just got Kai's got a warning for that one. So here comes Leslie. Gonna try to toe at the back here. Gonna try to take the inside. Again, Kai's nowhere to go here. He needs to hope this battling stops or ceases so he can try to sneak on by here. But right now they're both kind of blocking the road here. Maddie gonna have the inside for the corner here. And go a little bit wide. Leslie gonna get a toe. Oh, they're 3 wide. They're 3 abreast. Kai's knows he probably should back down there because that was gonna end poorly for him. There was nowhere to go. Up the road, we got Leslie and Maddie. Maddie gonna try to outbreak Leslie. Leslie gonna have the inside. Gonna get a good exit. Maddie gonna hang on from the challenge. Now he's gonna have the inside for this corner here and he'll successfully hold on. So Maddie, the second, holds on for dear life like a bucking bronco. But there goes Will. Oh, Leslie tried to make a move there. Got a little bit too impatient and he's hard into the wall. May has rear damage. That's going to put Smitty up the 4th, and Scanny up the 4th, and Smitty up the 5th. Leslie, again, thankful this is not F106, or that would be a broken rear wing. Oh, and there goes Kai's. He gets squirrely off exit. They are fighting argy-bargy here. Maddie currently in second. Again, Leslie got a little bit too greedy, as they would say. Maybe sense the path. Maybe should have been a little more patient. Maybe felt the pressure from Kai's. But sadly, he's now down to 7th again, and gonna need some kind of help to get back in that top echelon. So right now, as they run, including Pedalese, Reds leads the race, Maddie in second, Kai's in third, Scanny in fourth, Smitty in fifth. That your top 5 on track is your top 5 with Pedalese. Maddie could get within 5 seconds of Reds. He could make a case that he deserves to win this race, but stewards could go back. Because remember, Reds got that penalty for a collision with Collins under a safety car restart, so the stewards could remove that if they so choose. And that could put Reds back in the P1. But Kai's penalty is legit with a 3 warning, so... Well, I would say legit, but not under-reviewable, if that makes sense. Yeah, that penalty will not be removed, so his 3 is going to be added to his time regardless. We do got J-Leak in the back of a Satisfyer. We're going to cut away for a second there. Keep an eye on that battle when it does form back up, but we'll see as we do watch. J-Leak a little bit too far back, so we'll cut back to Kai's here. Again, just buying his time here. Sensing where maybe to make a pass, waiting it out, hoping something kind of forms where it can happen. Not enough lunge for Kai's to make anything happen. Oh, Matty gets squirrely off exit. He goes too deep, and he luckily won't hit anything. But that corner's taking a lot of people for a ride, and it ends up taking Matty as well. So that's going to put Scanny up to second, Matty down to third. But even with that time point now, Kai's would still be P2. So Matty, just, again, a lot of drivers have made mistakes in that corner in qualifying on the race. And now Matty is no different. That will put him to the P3. Smitty, though, and they both, now with that mistake, that allows Scanny and Smitty both to get to the back of Matty as well. We do got Lesty in the back there of 7th. We do got Jay Leaky and AssassinBot fighting for 8th. Leaky going to make the pass. AssassinBot down to 9th, but Jay Leaky goes too deep along with AssassinBot. They're both going to be on the rumble strips fighting, and it's going to allow AssassinBot back around. So AssassinBot to 8th, Leaky down to 9th. Do got that here as we got Lesty and Collins fighting again. Lesty fought so hard to get around Collins, and now he have to do it again, and also has to make the move. So Lesty to 6th, Collins back down to 7th. Taking a second to rest my voice there. Again, Kai's well clear. Really, the only close battle we got is Smitty and Lesty here for 5th and... Well, not Smitty and Lesty, sorry. Smitty and Scanny. Gotta pay attention to the order there. We do have Collins in the back of Lesty, but again, Collins' tires are a lot older than Lesty, so Collins may be in being a sitting duck there. And we got Leaky within a second of Sasspot and Infinity in a second of Leaky. So we may see some battles forming here. But for right now, Smitty could be the closest driver to make something happen here on track. Matty has opened the door up on top 3. Has opened the door on Scanny and Smitty. As it looks like Scanny gets a little squirrely, has to fight an overcorrection there, keeps his foot in it. So a hold station, but that's going to cost him enough time, scrub up enough speed, that's going to allow Smitty to sneak on by. So put Smitty up to 4th and put Scanny down to 5th. So Scanny in 5th, Smitty in 4th, back down the road we got Leaky and AssassinBot. Leaky going to fall down to 9th, 8th, AssassinBot to 9th. Infinity going to try to make a move here, going to try to take AssassinBot, and AssassinBot's going to end up losing 2 places, and it's going to put AssassinBot down to 10th. So Leaky in 8th, Infinity at 9th, AssassinBot in 10th. Scanny on the back of Smitty, back to the battle here. Smitty got around, now Scanny going to take the spot back. Oh, but Scanny loses the back end. Similar to what I think may have happened to Kermit, and if I had to take a guess, what happened to Kai's has now happened to Scanny. Scanny gets it refired, but ends up losing 2 spots, and that's going to put Smitty uncontested in 4th. AssassinBot pitting from 10th position. Not a front wing change, but just going for a set of medium tires. So again, Red's F1 in a world of his own, knock on wood, 7 clear of Kai's. Kai's really struggled around China. I think the rest of the field was kind of hoping he'd have this for the rest of the season, as Scanny has now left the session as well. So that is going to put him in 7th, but he's going to fall. Obviously, now, obviously Kermit, obviously still, I don't think, here. So, Kermit going to fall, AssassinBot to 10th. And with Scanny going to stink down the field as well, that's going to gain everyone an extra spot here. Coming up this time by, we'll have 11 to go. Most of the meter runners are probably going to have to pit one more time. But if you're Reds, do you pit again? Because obviously the only other meter runners are Infinity and Scanny. Scanny obviously is no longer here, so his tire choice is mute. But Infinity and Reds could make it to the end, but with such a big gap for Reds, does he just cover his bases and hang on? As I think Infinity has ended up losing the back end, and he'll get it refired, but P9 is where he sits right now. Jay Leaky's also made a move on the discarded car of Leaky for 7th. So anyway, back up to the top half. Matty's still in 3rd, Smitty in 4th. As they run right now, top 3 in the standings, Kai's is still in the title, but Matty would inherit 2nd position and keep 2nd, and Smitty would fall down to 3rd. Lesty would still be in 4th. No, Kenobi, actually, as they run, your top 5 in your drivers would be Kai's, obviously clinched the title, Matty would be 2nd, Smitty would be 3rd, and Lesty would be 4th, and Kenobi would be 5th. Scanny is now pitting, his AI is pitting from 8th position. We'll put on a set of meat tires. He's good to go the end regardless. So we got Reds still leading the way. 8 seconds. Going is getting 8 seconds. Matty 4 behind. Smitty 4 behind. Lesty a second behind Smitty. Both drivers are probably going to have to pit again, but Lesty does have 5 for speeding and I think 3 for multiple warnings. Yes, he does. So he's up to 8. So even if he does get around Smitty, he's still got to have those penalties in consideration. His saving grace is that the drivers behind him, Collins has got 5 and he's 3 behind, but that could get removed because it's the same collision with Reds. And Leaky is basically with his 3 is 8 behind, so Lesty still could be that P5, as we do see, I think that is Jay Lee spinning, so yeah, he'll fall probably no farther than 6, depending on how the stewards rule. Within 10 to go here, Reds leads the way. Kai's still in second. Again, kind of the field's got pretty much spaced out here. Not much to report. Smitty is reeling. Lesty is reeling in Smitty, but with the time penalties, it's kind of a mute point unless Smitty makes a pick, and with Lesty getting another 3, makes that point even muter. Just checking the service here. The reason Scanny just lagged out the session was an internet problem, not rage quit, which I just don't think he would. He's usually someone that just stays in the lobby. So yeah, it wasn't an internet issue with him. He was looking for a good run, too. So anyway, Lesty, though, reeling back in Smitty again with the time penalty. It is kind of mute. Just watching on board here with Smitty to see if he can make something happen. Again, ooh, we do got Leaky and Scanny fighting. Obviously, that's the ghost of Scanny fight, getting the spot back because of Jay Leaky's mistake there, as you just see him kind of mowing the grass. But yeah, this is, again, closest battle we have on track, so we're going to keep riding on board with it and just watching it out. So we do got to hang around the outside here. Again, getting a good X here. I think this could be the pass waiting to happen here, as we'll see Lesty try to make it around the inside to outside. Yep, there, Smitty going really defensive. Sorry, Maddie going way defensive. My mistake. Wait, I think Maddie made a mistake. I was looking down there for a second there, and yeah, I think Maddie made a mistake there, as he's cost the spot up, so Lesty is now 3rd on the podium. So I looked down for a second, I was looking at a message from the chat, then I looked back up, and I saw Papaya Orange Car, so I didn't think much of it. I'm like, wait, 3, 4, 5, yeah. So Maddie made a mistake. If I had to take a guess, similar spot that we've seen multiple drivers make mistakes, somewhere in that 3rd sector. He doesn't have any damage. Oh, and Lesty's made a spin as well. So Lesty takes 3rd position and does that hard to get the spot and ends up losing it. Which, honestly, if you're a Reds fan right now, you're probably a little bit nervous, because every driver has at least bottled it once so far in this race, and the only driver not to bottle it yet is Red, so just take that with a grain of salt. But anyway, so yeah, right now as they run, Smitty is now 3rd, 11 behind Kai's. Kai's is 10 back of Reds. Lesty's now 6 back, but he's got 11 seconds with time penalties. Luckily, he'll still probably hold P5, because Infinity's the next closest challenger in 6th. Manny in 5th. So they're all pretty much spaced out. So that's about those fighting Collins. So well, I guess we'll ride on board with this battle here and see what happens. But yeah, that's why you don't. They're really struggling here. So that's why you don't look down for too long, or else things happen, and then you look up and then you're wondering what happened. Sometimes the advantage of having a co-com, but again, maybe we'll get one for next season. So anyway, as we do ride on board, again, just watch this battle with status spot. Can he catch Collins? We'll take a quick look at the tires again. And like I said, the medium runners probably going to have to take another pit stop. Again, how conservative will they be is my question, because they could maybe make it on one set here. And we'll see again if it can happen. So we do see Lesty coming in here, so sensing, I don't think he broke anything on his spin. Obviously, it's just a self-spin in corner 1, but he is going to pit for a fresh set of tires here. So obviously, he thinks his mediums can only make it about 14 runs, 14 laps. So if he's kind of a curtain teller here as well, Matty's also pitted as well. Actually, I think, did Matty pick a pit? Nah, because Matty wouldn't be 13 behind. Well, and he also would have won a set of medium. So I missed what happened to Matty. Hands up, my fault there. But Lesty's going to come out in P8, because if he pitted, he would have fell farther. So that's why I'm thinking, but no, he pitted obviously for a special tire, so maybe Matty pitted. That was the reason why. I'll be honest, I made a mistake there. That's on me. I'm not 100% what happened to Matty, but we'll find out as the race ends here. Now Collins gets 3 multiple warnings. He's under pressure here from Infinite. Collins going to hold the spot. Can he hang it around the outside? Yes, he can. So Collins up to 5th, Infinity down to 6th, or maybe the reverse thing. Oh, there's a spin again. I think that answers my question. Maddie has lost it again. So Matt now going to get it refired, but he's got it all good, but that pack is closing. But luckily, again, he's already made his last pit stop of the race, so he's still a net P4. But if Smitty pits, it's not going to be any higher for him. Yellow flag sector 3. Oh, he's really struggling. Those tires are now roasted. That's going to allow Collins on by, Infinity on by. And there's Lesty and Assassin Bot as well, perching in the distance. As we do see Smitty pitting as well. I think Infinity lost as well. Doesn't hit the wall. Luckily for the large runoff areas here, no wall hit there as well. Smitty pitting from 4th position, or 3rd position, will come out still in 3rd position as well. Gonna get a fresh choice of tires here. Gonna go on a set of softs. Gonna try to go for the fast lap of the race. Yeah, no driver's close enough. No little chance at a lunge happening. Maddie still ahead of Lesty. Maddie, even with the time penalties, would get basically back up to P4. Assassin gets 3 for multiple warnings. Add another 3 to his total. We'll check penalties. Actually, I think, Lesty makes the pass here about the 5th. Remember, 5 that was for speeding. And there is Collins. He's lost the back end in a similar spot that a lot of drivers have happened. So yeah, we got Maddie as well. But again, Maddie has, because remember, Lesty did have a 5 for speeding, so he did serve that. Now he's only got 6, but he's still got to get 6 clear of Maddie. So as long as Maddie can stay in the back of the chuff of Lesty, that spot is his. Again, not missing it. I keep saying not missing anything up. You're really not missing anything in front. Reds is 11 clear. He's about to start lap 23. Which gives him 6 to go. Kai's is 11 back. He's going to go for the fast lap chase. Almost does something similar to Hamilton in 07, going in the what would have been the gravel trap if it was still there, but they got rid of it long ago. Showing some old F1 knowledge. Smitty 37 back. He ain't going to jump Kai, so he's net P3 most likely going to stay. Leslie's P4. Maddie P5. Assassinbot P6. Collins 7th. Jay Leakey 8th. Infinity long way back in 9th. Scanny and Kermit are both ghosts in 10th and 11th, respectively. Now the question mark is, if you're Reds, you pit for a set of softs, or just to make sure your tires are good and try to go for the fast lap chase, or do you try to hang on? He's got this race kind of signed, sealed, and delivered for the most part, bearing a safety car restart, but at with most of the field back there getting kind of argy-bargy, let's set the fast lap of the race, but I assume that time may fall. Maddie now 2 back. If Lesty can get another 4 clear in 6 laps, he could end up taking P4 back from Maddie. But then he would also have to try to catch Smitty and then pass him, but those tires probably will fall off by then. So Smitty's most likely got the last step of the podium, bearing any sudden penalties. Again, we'll see if back to Reds, the battle for Reds here. We'll see if he decides to pit here and try to go for the fast lap chase. Obviously, we saw Kai's pit. He knows Kai's pits. So we'll see if he decides to follow suit in the pit lane. No, he'll stay out. Maybe he doesn't want to try to risk cold tires and make a mistake. Obviously, since points don't matter, you're only racing for the win. He's obviously just going to try to maybe keep that thing clean. But obviously, he doesn't want to risk a puncture, though. So that's why maybe he wants to wait another lap or 2 and come in when they're really fresh with the fuel off. But he obviously has not a lot of ERS saved up, though. So if he was fast lap chasing, he wouldn't really have a lot to give for it. Yep, Maddie gets 3, so that's actually going to make the road easier for Lesty. As long as Lesty gets another 4/10 up, that spot is his. So Maddie makes a mistake at the worst time there. Could end up kissing that P4 goodbye if he can't reel back in Lesty. Again, really the only thing we got to cover here, yeah, Leakey kind of getting in the back of Collins, but that's really the closest battle we have on track. That's about a second. Everyone else is pretty spaced out for the most part. Other than that, we do got, I guess, fast lap chats with Kai, so we'll cut back to Kai's here. All right, he even set the fast. We'll see what he has to get the fast lap. He has to try to beat a 1:33, so we'll pull up the lap data there, pull off penalties for a second, and we'll see if he can make something happen. He's going to try to beat a 1:33.489, currently set by Lesty to get the fast lap of the race. So coming to the end of Sector 2, passing the time, it's going to be 1/10 up, 1 second up. That would put him at a 1:34 something. So going to find some good time in that 3rd sector in order to get that fast lap. Red starts lap 25. So we got 4 to go here. Back to Kais. Getting good toe down the straight. Gonna get a good entry on corner. Got 1 corner to go. Can he take the fast lap away from Lesty? We'll have to wait and see. Used a lot of ZRS on this push run here. Gets a good exit, using all he's got, and it's going to be a 1:33.449. Just barely steals away from Lesty. So Lesty shaking his fist in the cockpit if he could, and knowing that the fast lap just got stolen from him. He's now 3 clear of the Matty, though, so at least the consolation, as long as he holds his pace, he'll be a net P4. So at least he's got that going for him. But again, for Kai's made inroads, we do got, Matty's spun it around again, so even less pressure now. We got Assassin might have to take a very evasive action there, even though ghosting was on. Sass's up the 5th, but, Collins, he throws the block, but Collins left to go wide. Assassin also went wide, Collins clips the grass, taps Assassin bot. All's gone wrong there, ghosting was on, so bit of a shock there. But I think Assassin maybe didn't see him ghosting, or maybe ghosting wasn't as strong. Maybe when he spun on, ghosting turned off. But Assassin bot leads the way. Collins, though, under pressure here as well. But with Assassin having well over 12 seconds worth of time penalties, it's Assassin's basically to lose. Collins is to lose, as Collins makes the lunge successfully and takes 5th away from Assassin. Reds just started lap 26, so we got 3 to go here on the CWC season. And again, bearing a mistake, and even if it's a colossal one, this is Rez's race to lose. Again, gonna knock on wood real fast, because, yeah, he's had a history of bottling, so just gonna make sure we try not to jinx him too much. That's why we're trying to keep contract off him. No pressure, Reds. No pressure if you're listening. But anyway, we got Leaky in the back of Assassin here. This 5-6-7 battle here is kind of interesting to fight. And there goes Assassin's bot. He's done good so far this whole race. And in the wall, that could trigger a safety car. It's off the racing line. And it could... We'll have to wait and see, though. It's only 3 to go here. It is off the racing line there. Assassin's bot was so close to finishing this race, and he ends up looping it with 3 to go. Exelic made a similar mistake early in the race, that fast, but doesn't end up crashing. It didn't even hit anything. We see many drivers spin, but sadly that takes the wheel off, and that is race done for Assassin Bot. That is going to be no safety car, though, so Reds probably was praying to the lucky god above that whatever denomination he believes in, that wouldn't trigger anything, and luckily it didn't. Because then he'd have to pit, and then he'd have to be on fresh tires, and that would give Kais another chance to chant him down. Because remember, time penalty-wise, it's a gap of 2 seconds. So if Kais caught Reds would not be able to get too clear of Kais. But then you could also assume Reds could get that time penalty removed, because under all suspicious circumstances, Reds almost makes a mistake off the last corner. At this point, if I was in his ear, I'd be telling him, conserve. There's no reason. You got 33 seconds. Don't risk it, man. Don't bottle it now with 2 to go. We'll let him kind of go back to what he was doing. I do not want to jinx him. Matty on the back of Leaky here. Leaky gets 3 from multiple warnings. So I think he's up to 6, I want to say, or maybe 9. He's up to 3. Actually, he's up to 6, so... Gotta give my hats off to Smitty and Infiniate. Both kept it clean so far. No mistakes. Not mistakes. I don't think Smitty spun it either, but he just had a poor start. But Infiniate and Smitty, no time penalties for the 2 of them. At a track where a lot of drivers have been racking them up like candy, so good for him. So Smitty's still P3. Lesty, even if he does catch any closer, the podium's just going to be out of reach unless Smitty racks up another 6 worth of time penalties in 2 laps for him. Anyway, we're going to cut back to our... Actually, we'll cut back to Matty's. He's still in the back of Jay Leaky here. We could see a pass happen. A little bit too far back, though, but if he gets enough toe, could make something happen in accordance. But yeah, as they finish right now, as they would wrap up the standings, Kai would still be champion, obviously. McLaren still wins the Constructors, but your top 5 in the drivers would be Kais, Smitty, Matty, Lesty, Kenobi. That would be your top 5. But here comes Reds, starting the last lap here. No mistakes from him, and he will win this race. As we're on lap 28 of 28. Gap is 31 seconds. Welcome, Disco Stu, to the chat here. You joined lap 33 of 28 here. Rooting on Lesty as always. Scanny, I guess, was trying to rejoin, but I think his router committed suicide from the Discord chats, so that is probably session done for him. Again, had a good run going, but it's a shame he can't finish because of circumstance out of control. Collins gets 3 from multiple wardings. So here we go, lap 28. Can Maddie make a move on Leaky here? He's got a little bit faster on the ERS. Actually, he has way more ERS than Maddie. Gonna get a good toe down the straight here. Can he make the lunge up the inside? No, he cannot. Gets a little tap for Leaky, though. Time penalties would actually favor Maddie. Maddie would end up getting both him and Collins. He doesn't have to force it. He hits him hard. Oh, Leaky closed the door on Maddie. Maddie was there. Or maybe he lost the back end. And now, Maddie was looking good to get maybe 2 spots. And ends up getting ensuring Collins gets 5th. And now Leaky got even going to finish this last race. But we're going to cut back the Reds here as he's got a couple more quarters to go. Maddie speeds in the pit lane here. I think he's just going to retire it. No point limping around with a broken wing with 1 to go. We'll have to wait and see if he likes to or not. But Reds, in a race where a lot of drivers have bottled it and made mistakes, he's one of the only drivers not to bottle as he comes to the last quarter here. It may not matter for much, but Reds is going to win the Chinese GP and going to end up winning this race. We got Kai's well behind the road here and even puts a dominant statement on this factor. Basically puts a statement win here down and going to give himself some good mojo going into next season. Here comes Kai's, our championship points leader. Sadly, we're not here to see the crowning moment in Abu Dhabi, but we're going to see it now, even though the championship was decided 1 round ago. There's your champion coming through the last corners. If I had a confetti cannon, I would use it, but I don't. So here he comes to the last corner. Kai's F1 wins the championship, finishes 2nd in the race. All hail the champion. He's going to successfully crash his car there. There's our champion. And in 3rd place, representing the constructors champions, as he will basically represent him and Maddie here as he'll cross 3rd. Again, 2nd in the standings, probably was hoping for a 1st, but at least they win the constructors. McLaren wins the constructors. Smitty comes home in 3rd. Lesty comes home in 4th. Collins gonna get a nice rebound here. I think the game may give him driver of the day here. We'll see, as he is gonna come home in P5, keeps the wheels on it there, and he'll come home in 5th. And now we're waiting for 2 more drivers, Infinite and Maddie. Infinite has been a relatively okay driver. I think they got a podium at one of the races this season, but I think that got taken back on countback. I'm not 100%. I'd have to go check. I think he actually finished 4th. But regardless, Infinite, I think it was Brazil, I want to say. But anyway, Infinite coming to the last quarter here. It's going to be a P6 for their season. They'll wrap it up with a nice bow here, finishing the race under their own power. And that leaves is Maddie. He's going to end up falling down to 3rd in the constructors, 3rd in the drivers with a poor performance here today. But his teammate did best him. But hey, both drivers had great seasons, and they end up locking up the constructors long ago. And Maddie going to give a little bit of show for the Chinese faithful. The show is appreciated for McLaren. P7 for Maddie. And that is race done. That is season over. And that is that. All hail your winner, Reds. All hail your driver's champion in, I've said his name, Kai's. And all hail your constructors winners and Maddie and Smitty with McLaren. And Collins gets in-game driver of the day for finishing P5, as we got Reds taking on his phone here, showing everyone taking a photo, taking a video of the virtual fans as he lifts the trophy in his Aston Martin getup, getting sprayed with champagne from our champion, all celebrating on the podium here. It's been a great race, great season, been a fun watch, and it's been quite enjoyable. As we'll take one last look through the drivers, the results here. We'll ask, if top 3 do want to join for interviews, they're more than welcome to. They know the drill by now. Just join the party chat if they will. But we'll take one last look at the results here. Reds wins it. Kai's 2nd, Smitty 3rd, Lesty 4th, Collins 5th, Infinity 6th, Maddie 7th, Scanny 8th, Kermit 9th, Leaky 10th, Sassbot 11th, and Excel 12th, with Kai's F1 getting the fast lap of the race, just barely over Lesty the Twig. But that is season over. I'll give my quick driver of the day predictions, and you know what? I'll give it the Reds. In a race where a bunch of drivers made mistakes, bottled it, and made mistakes, the driver that didn't end up bottling it was a driver that had a history of bottling. So, yeah, he'll win this race. He'll get my driver of the day. So, yeah, we'll see if the top 3 do like to join in the interviews here. And we'll wait for that. We'll give them a second or two as we wait for the session to kind of finish up here. But, yeah, that's been a great season of CWC action. Not 100% if I'll be able to be joining back next season. We'll have to check calendars. Maybe dates get moved. We'll have to wait and see. But it's been a great year I've been here with CWC, and hopefully I can be in some capacity for another year as well. Yeah, we see some friendship in the chat between Kais and Reds. Their friendship goes way back in the chats. Give them GGs out. We do got Smitty joining the party. We'll see if anyone else joins real fast. But if not, I guess it'll just be Smitty joining us for interviews today. Oh, there's Reds, and we'll see if Kai's will leave the session. We'll see if he likes to join. We'll give him a second. But while we wait, I guess we'll go from 3 on back. So, Smitty, can you hear me?
I can, Pepsi. How you doing?
Well, good to see you back here again. Sadly, we're not here for Abu Dhabi, but we saw you here in Brazil, and you had a good round. So I guess we'll start off with, qualifying here. You were the only driver to start on a set of mediums. Did you feel like the mediums were the right choice, or did you wish you qualified on a set of softs?
I thought medium might be the best strat, and then there was probably about 5 of us who put in a lap on medium, so I was feeling quite comfortable. And then I saw everyone else go out onto softs, but I thought it was a bit, because I'd already scrubbed them, I thought I might as well just start on them, and then if there's a safety car or something, I can change my strategy, which happened, so I was fine with it.
All right, and then I guess during the race, as we did see a lot of chaos around here, so I guess the main point is anything worth noting from your perspective during that race that we saw on camera. We saw a lot of drivers make mistakes, and you're one of the only drivers that didn't. So anything you thought was worth noteworthy that you saw on track today?
I think it was just a lot of close battles, so obviously everyone's pushing hard to get the overtake or stick with someone, and it's quite a slippy track. There's a lot of places you can spin around, so I think it just pushing hard and just kind of a bit too much, and
I think I agree with you on that point. I think a lot of drivers are pushing hard there, trying to gain time, and we saw almost everyone, even Kais, who's known for not making mistakes, end up making one today. But yeah, I guess I got one more question here today. We knew him from many rounds ago, but you locked up the constructors with Matty here today. So I guess this is a two-part question. One, how does it feel to be constructors champions? And two, do you want to run it back with Matty again?
Feels great, yeah. Always good to win something. The drivers' championship was kind of gone a while back because obviously, Keys is just super fast. So congratulations to him as well. By the way, that was locked up from last week. But it's really nice to we were just consistent all season. So good to lock that up. And hopefully, we'll try and have a defense next season. That's the goal anyway. Yeah.
You're trying to run it back. That's cool to see. I'll see drivers bring it back and try to go for a second run at constructors. So you love to see it. So thank you for joining me here today, Smitty. And it's been a great season. You've done a lot of good work for this league, and hopefully it can keep growing onward. And
absolutely,
you keep doing well as well. So thank you again.
Cheers, Pepsi.
All right, and now we'll move on to the driver that finished second here today. And is currently, as Smitty has lighted, and I've said many times in this broadcast, blocked the Drivers' Championship last week. He is your reigning F2 champion. Kai's F1, can you hear me?
Hello.
All right, I guess we'll start off with qualifying, because it seems like we always have to start at the beginning. So, you seem like throughout this whole season, you've been good at qualifying, but you always seem like there's one driver that bests you. And it seems like it's been Reds or it's been Kermit. So, I guess my question is, going into qualifying, do you feel like you're stronger obviously you're stronger during the race, but you feel like your qualifying pace is maybe a little bit lacking?
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of time to practice as much now because I've got schoolwork and everything. So it's been much. Cause normally I would go on time trial, do a few laps, and then get myself through. But I've not been able to. So my qualifying pace has been quite shocking this season, I reckon. And then race pace is always much better because I can adapt to the race pace, if you get what I mean.
Obviously I agree with that. Someone does better when getting into a race. It feels better to get the pace during the race. So I 100% agree with your statement there. I guess on to the next question is, it seems like throughout the race here, you seemed okay with the car, but it seemed like you were a little bit struggling. So was it kind of a hard track for you like Netherlands was, or was it just something where it just didn't feel like you were doing okay, but maybe this wasn't your strongest performance? So how did you feel with the track today, is my question.
I haven't really raced around here, to be honest. Not many leagues race around here, so I think this might have been my first or second race around here. I think the first one must have been at the start of the game, so I haven't done any laps around here.
I guess that explains that.
I did a few laps before the race, and I just grabbed the time trial setup. And I must have forgot, because I remember back in 2019, 2020, the curves are always kind of bad, and I just I must have forgotten through the race, which is why turn 1 I spun twice. Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that next question. Is with you and I think it was Reds were fighting on that one lap, and you ended up going around. Was there any contact, or was that just a self spin? Because I kind of missed the angle there.
My own fault. I just got caught in the curb and went round.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I guess since we'll end on more of a positive note, because this is the last question, you are the Drivers' World Champion, so congratulations to you. I guess the question I always love to throw out there is, what are you going to do now, and are you going to come back to defend the title?
Yeah, I'll come back because I enjoy this league. I want to say congrats to the 2 McLaren boys and everyone that reserves who've come and raced the last few races. Massive fight and credits to them. It's been a long season, I can safely say. And yeah, feels good to be world champion.
It's good. You've had a heck of a second half of the season there, a season that not many drivers could ever put up, and you deserve that championship. So thank you for joining me here today, and hopefully your defense is another solid one going to the next season. And now we'll move on to the driver that's bested him here today. Does not finish second last season for the title, not really close this year, but still a very fast driver of his own night. Reds, can you hear me? Good. I guess we'll start with qualifying. You ended up besting Kai's, and you had a good qualifying yourself. So did you feel good with this track here today, or did you feel like maybe there was something you were looking for? So it was a strong track in your wheelhouse. That's because it did seem like when you were on the race, you were basically almost in another postcode at some points with your pace. Even when you were on a set of hards and the rest were on mediums, you were still pulling. So you definitely seemed you were rubbered in. And I guess my next question is that when you pitted for that safety car and you went for a set of hards, I assume your end game was take it to the end, but how bad were those tires by the end? Because it seemed the medium runners were pitting. Did you think you could make it longer on those hards, or were you possibly pondering taking a pitting in for a set of softs? Really? Ooh, I thought they'd be higher. But I know you're also a bit conservative on your rubber as well, so that probably helped as well. But yeah, I'm shocked most people went on medium, so I was thinking hards could probably make it, but I'm just wondering how close it's going to be. But 48, dang, I was way off of my guess. But yeah, you did make the rubber work, so that's good to see. And I guess we'll end on one question here is, I don't want to be mean, but you have a history of bottling it, per se, and with everyone else bottling it around you, and you're the only driver that didn't bottle it, do you think you got that bottling monkey off your back? Do you feel like going into next season, you're going to be a little bit, I won't say stronger, because you are pretty fast, but able to consistently put it together? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I get you. I'm just thinking if it maybe this kind of gets you something that kind of like, all right, I can put it together and then build on it, if that makes sense. But, races do kind of pace because sometimes you may be in a fight and something may happen, and sometimes just mistakes happen. So, all right. But regardless, thank you for joining me here today, Reds, as well, and hopefully we do see you here again for next season. But that will do it for today. That's the end of the Season 7 here. Season 8 will be sometime in the future, probably similar times, similar dates. Not a lot has been narrowed down yet, but you can follow into the description. There's a ton of links that you can go. We'll take you to different places, and they'll keep you updated with CWC news and all the other such, along with other leagues as well that you can find in racing. And if you are interested in joining in, there should be a link somewhere down in the description that you can follow, and someone will get you the right direction. But until then, until we see you again, I'm PestFreak212, and I'm signing off. So thank you, and good night.